Hello, hello. Welcome on Heart to
Hello.
Heart. How are you tonight?
Thank you. I'm good. So my sleep schedule is pretty weird. So basically, I've been up for like an hour, maybe. So this is like my morning. Like now is when I normally would start streaming ish. So
Then good morning.
thank you.
Good morning. Um, okay, so while I am posting on my on Instagram the story, I'm gonna do it right now. While I do this, do you mind telling us a little bit about your name, Team America?
Um, so well, like ideally, my name would be PJ but games don't allow you to have two-letter names, which is very frustrating. So, just in I was a sophomore in college, and the movie came out with the puppets, and I just changed my username. I don't know. At the time, I thought the movie was so funny, and I just changed my username to Team America in all caps. And I don't, that's just the origin of it. But there is a pretty funny story about it. Is that back in the day, usernames had to be unique. Um, because like you didn't have like the number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 afterwards. They had to be unique, and if you didn't use an account for 3 months, Blizzard would just delete it, and like someone else could take it. So that happened, and I was pretty upset, and someone else took it. So like every like 2 weeks or something, I would like check to see if it was still taken, and it was. But then at one point, I was like, wait, the kind of person that would take this name, what if they made the password fuck yeah? Like in the movie, and I guessed the password on my second try, and then I got it back.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just always felt that the name kind of fit me because one of my flaws in team games is if I feel like I'm the best player in the team, I'll almost always try to take too much responsibility to the point where there's a good chance I'll be the reason the team fails. Um, so I don't know. I felt like that kind of matched the movie, just like trying to do too much and end up making everything worse. Sometimes. So I don't
Okay.
know.
So that's a cute little story that goes with it. And
Yeah.
there was lots and lots of try to get it. Like you really wanted it.
Well, I logged in a lot, but when I was guessing a password, it was only my second try, which was kind of funny. But yeah, secure and yeah, just like this was like emails to like reset your password or like recover an account were like a brand new thing. Like this is how old it was when I did it. So like yeah. Like if they had an account set up with it, they would have got it back. But like it was something that Blizzard had like just introduced. Like that's how dated this is for Warcraft 3.
did
So
did the person contacted you after that to
I mean,
get
how
it?
could they contact me? I immediately logged on and deleted all of the friends on the account. So I guess they could have just made a new account and whispered me, but no, they never contacted me. No.
So so you basically stole an account.
I basically stole an account. Yeah. That I mean, I had it originally, but yeah, I don't know. Like there wasn't a ton of value in the account outside of the name back then, but yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. It was, but like I said, like if you didn't use it for 3 months, it would just get deleted immediately. You could make unlimited names. So um
No, no, for
it was
sure.
just
For
yeah, I
sure.
don't know. And not the most like good thing to do. One might even say bad, but yeah, I don't know.
So
I was like 19.
Yeah, no, for sure.
whenever.
So when I said that they might contact you, I was thinking more on stream. Someone would come
Oh
like
yeah,
in
no,
your stream.
this was like this was like 2006 or something. So long time ago.
Yeah, but they could
Um,
come back after, years after.
yeah, maybe. I don't. I would doubt that this person has any idea who I am. Like, I don't know. Like, they weren't. Like, I remember checking the account, and it's not like they were super active. Like, they played Warcraft 3, but it's not like they were playing a ton. They were just like playing enough that the account didn't go inactive. Maybe they just played custom games or something. They'll be turning up shortly. Uh, yeah.
Next week. Next week. What happened to my account? What happened?
Yeah, but now usernames aren't unique anymore. So, like, if they wanted it, they would just have it.
Yeah, yeah, no,
But
you're
but
right.
they would have been upset about it at the time,
Yeah,
for
no, for
sure.
sure, for sure, I understand. Interesting, interesting. So that leads me to the question: when did you start streaming?
Um, I started streaming, I think, like a little bit in um July of 2018, I think. I did a little bit because it was right before I had qualified for like it was like right before GM started for Hearthstone. I qualified for the last Copa America tournament, which was actually awesome. Like 16 of us qualified, and like Blizzard paid for us to fly to Buenos Aires, and like the hotel was paid for, and they did the food, and like they they babied us pretty well. Like I didn't have to speak a word of Spanish the entire trip, which is good because I don't know a word of Spanish, um, other than counting to 10 or something. But yeah, it was a ton of fun, and I don't know. It was just like in like March of that year, the company I was working for like went under, so I was like, I had some money and I didn't have a job, so I started playing some competitive Hearthstone, and I was doing okay in some tournaments, and then I qualified for that. So I thought I would start streaming some. Um, I focused more on arena, like the 2 months right after I was laid off, I was on the leaderboard for both standard and arena, which I was pretty proud of at the time.
For
So,
sure, it's definitely something to be proud of.
and then I did okay I lost to Muzzy in the top eight, and I blame my banning strategy, but for that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like everyone other than Amnesiac was great to meet. Amnesiac is, I don't know if you know him. He was really young, and man, he really liked to talk shit to people. I don't know. I think it was he would like try to get in people's heads. So he was just like actively rude. Um, so
Is he in the
but everyone
scene
else was great.
in the anymore?
No, he's not.
That's why I've never heard of him.
Yeah. But like he had a lot of competitive success before then.
Okay,
Um,
good. So the competition was in standard when you went
yes.
to. Okay,
Yes. And yeah, and that was when I started streaming. I did some when I got back. Um, it wasn't super. I wasn't like the channel didn't grow very much. It was like 5 viewers for like 6 months, maybe, and then I got a job doing software development again, but I really hated it. But I was still streaming, and I was getting to like I had an extremely high average, and I was pretty sure I was going to be number one on the arena leaderboard in March of 2019. So I decided to stop working because I hated it so much, and then I tried streaming. So, which I'm still doing now. Like streaming is the only thing I do. it's not enough to live off of, but it's the only thing I do right now. And I'm currently with my parents trying to make that work. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how much longer I'll try doing it. I There's a realistic chance I'll have to go back pretty soon, but um, like I make more than I spend, but I'm also living with my parents, so I'm not like self-sufficient or anything.
Okay. And where do you currently live?
A suburb of Chicago, basically. I was in Texas when initially when, but like yeah, this is where I live, so I moved back. But yeah, Austin was really great. Like that, I met Ali Straza, which was really cool when I was in Austin. That was like my first tournament. So, and like, man, when they put me on stream for the first time, I was so nervous and I played so bad. I missed lethal twice in the first game. Like, they were hard lethals. But, like, I played so well. I got to, like, competing to, like, get to, like, the top 16. And then I'm up against board control and they tell me I'm gonna be playing on stream. And man, I it's so playing on stream wasn't nervous. It was playing in front of like 200 people watching live. That man, I I messed up game five. So, it was so bad how poorly I played, but I played really well to get there. I remember like even before I saw I was gonna play on stream, I was so nervous. My hands were I couldn't keep my hands from shaking.
I can imagine that must be nerve wracking with all these people watching you.
Yeah.
My mom is saying the best place to live is with your parents. And we say hi to my mom in chat. And we say
Hello, Queen Mother.
hi. um, so, so that's good. So it was a good experience for you. So how do you like Chicago?
Um, I actually hate big city. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. It's overwhelming. I don't like that many people. I
You go.
liked Austin because it felt like I could, if I wanted to get somewhere, I could just easily get there. Chicago, it's like, I don't know. We're not that far away, but it would still take me like at least 2 hours to get to anything I wanted to get to. And I really dislike that. I don't know. So I don't like big crowds very much.
Understandable. Um, and so, if you could live anywhere in the world other than Chicago, where would you live?
I mean, well, so like I really enjoyed Austin, but it's extremely expensive there. But if I like of the places I've been,
Or a place you haven't been, and money is not
yeah,
not no object.
yeah. So um, like it's hard to imagine, but like I would like a place with warmer weather. I don't need winter in my life. So like whether it be like Vegas or San Diego or Austin or something like that. Um, Probably one of those cities, but I don't know. Like I don't know what's like in other cities that much. I just like I really loved Austin just because it was like, although I went back to clearing out my storage unit this year, and man, there's so many bigger buildings now. Like in Austin for a long time, like you couldn't build buildings higher than the Capitol, so like there weren't that many skyscrapers. But they changed the laws so that you can build buildings taller than the Capitol as long as like you could still see the Capitol from very specific points. So like there's just a lot more tall buildings now. So maybe I wouldn't like that as much.
And
So I don't know.
have you traveled a little bit other than in the states?
I did a decent amount when I was younger, but I haven't gone vacationing as much in like recently. Like I've been to Maine and Oregon and Florida. in Boston, but like when I was young, my family had like this, or they still have Disney Vacation Club points, so we went to Disney World a lot. I've never been to Europe. I've I've been to Canada and Buenos Aires, or well, and I've been to islands that were owned by Europe, but I've never been to Europe. So
So
like there's some islands in like the Caribbean
yeah,
that
yeah, no, of course. I've been
uh,
to these places, but you've been to Canada. Where in Canada?
well, so I went to Montreal for a DreamHack Montreal to play in a tournament,
Wow. When
which
was
is
that?
probably not super far from you.
I
It
live in
was, I mean,
Montreal.
yeah, well, you're French Canadian, so you wouldn't be that far probably. But let's see, when was it? It was 2018 when I went. Yeah, DreamHack Montreal 2018.
And you didn't see me. Devastating.
Did you play in the Hearthstone tournament?
No, I didn't even know there was a Hearthstone community at that time.
Well, then that's why I didn't see you because I spent the entirety of my time in the Hearthstone area. I watched a little bit of StarCraft. I think it was Ragnar versus Cyril, but yeah, it was a very good StarCraft finals too. But yeah, how dare you blame me for that? But yeah, I was in the yeah, I was there.
Did you
We
like
were all
it?
there. It was fun. It was really cool there. Impact. He was really nice. Like I didn't want to go because I was like I don't want to figure out a hotel and everything or like flying there or any. But Impact. He was GM for one season. He was just like, hey, you can just like sleep on the couch in my room, and I was like, okay, cool. So I drove there straight, which is like a 16 or 14 to 16-hour drive or something. It's a long drive from Chicago to Montreal. And I drove straight there and straight back afterwards. But yeah,
Good.
it
Well,
was
it
fun.
was worth it.
Yeah. The poutine was very nice.
Poutine is our best dishes. Best dish here.
Like it's not even worth it to try it in the States because it tastes so bad in comparison. It's I don't even think you should be able to call it like the same name because it's so vastly different.
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to experience the real thing, the real
Yeah.
deal.
It's got to be like one of the most unhealthy foods possible.
No, it's
But
not that
it tastes,
unhealthy.
I mean, it's like
Cheese,
gravy and cheese and French
gravy.
fries.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
that unhealthy.
Okay. Okay.
No, no, but I mean, it's not healthy, but it's not the most unhealthy food I've had. My mom is like the worst.
So what's more unhealthy?
Well, anything that has like you would add like meat and mayo and like more fat because there's not that much fat in gravy. It's like
What
it's
about the cheese?
well, cheese is super healthy. Cheese is like the healthiest thing ever.
I mean, I love cheese, but I don't think I can agree with that statement.
It is. um. Anyways, we will get into the food section
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
interview later.
I prepared by watching you
Okay.
with Allie.
Okay. Good. Good.
So I'll be ready.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
actually think about anything, but
she, I remember her being like, "You can put cheese on baguette." I'm like, "Yes." That was a really funny.
I was on her side, kind of like it's just not something we really do in America. It's just put cheese on bread.
It's very like natural. Cheese and bread, it goes together. Think about a sandwich.
Yeah, no, I get it. I love cheese. Like right currently, like in the fridge, like we have a bunch of cheese sticks with like just Colby Jack cheese, and I eat like two or three of those a day. Like I really enjoy cheese.
Good.
Um, I'm probably eating too many of those currently, but
No,
yeah.
no, no. Never too much cheese. This is not a sentence that works
Oh
that
no,
way.
your stomach will eventually tell you that's too much cheese if you eat.
Mm,
It will reject it and it will be angry with you and it will wreak havoc.
so my
It
nutritionist says that cheese is the best food because it's protein and fat, so you're not hungry after. So it's
yeah,
one of the
that's it
best
is
food.
it does help that for like
You're not
filling you
hungry.
up. Hmm.
So when you eat cheese, you're not hungry. You get lots of things you need in your body, and there's no sugar. Sugar is bad.
I mean, it tastes good.
Yes, it
It's just bad
does.
for
It does. Okay, so let's talk a little bit
we
about
spent like 5
Hearthstone.
minutes talking about food already.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not off the hook. We still have 15 minutes at the end to talk about
Hmm.
food. um, so, uh, if we look back so into the time you've played Hearthstone, so you've been playing since the beginning, right?
Mostly, I didn't play a ton at the when I didn't play a ton when Hearthstone first came out, and I didn't play it all in beta. Um, like I got like the first card back, and then I stopped some when like Naxxramas came out. I got like the first like Nax. You weren't. I don't know if you were playing back then, but like there was they would have like these like adventure expansions where like they would release like 10 like it would be like 50 cards and they would release like 10 cards a week or something. So like I was there for like the first week of it or something, and then I stopped for a while. And then with Goblins versus Gnomes, one of my friends convinced me to start playing again. So I went back.
Nice.
And yeah, I played like on and off for a while. I like in Goblins versus Gnomes, I played a ton. Like I my parents or my dad gave me like a hand-me-down iPad, and I was playing Hearthstone a ton. I was like I was trying to climb in high legend, and what is it? Like I was playing Mech Mage a ton. And so back then on an iPad, if like you tried to fireball your opponent but you changed your mind, like it was really hard to like cancel it because if you didn't like slide your finger all the way to the bottom of the screen, you would fireball yourself in the face, which I did like I have to have done it at least 5 times. Like it's you have to like it's better now, but you would have to like diligently like slide your finger all the way to the bottom of the screen and off the screen in order to not fireball yourself. It was not the best. I but yeah, they fixed it. It was just like it was tough playing on an iPad at the time. But yeah, like so that was kind of like I got a little bit into competitive then, but I stopped for a long time after that. But that was a lot of fun. Like I got to like 30 legend, and then I don't think I even broke like 200 legend for like 3 years after. But I played a lot right then. Um,
Do you have a favorite art on a card?
Favorite art. Hmm, that's tough. I mean, I don't know if I have a favorite art, but I always like. my favorite deck to play was Malagos Druid with the Arcane Golems, and I just loved everything about that deck with like the Malagos and shooting Moonfires. I don't know, just like the animations of all of that was really fun. Playing, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite art. I used to love a lot of the golden arts. Um, like the golden arts used to be a lot more animated. They're like now they kind of shift a little, but like the golden arts used to like have a lot more to them. I felt like the characters would actually be like swinging a hammer or something in them. Um, and I always really liked that. Seems like I think it's more of like an automated system now, but
And I feel that the diamond card are more doing that now.
yeah, yeah. But like before, it used to be like all the golden cards, and now it's like you got like a handful. But yeah, like the Lady Liadrin diamond card is actually
Yes.
awesome. That's
Yes.
of the diamond cards that have been released, that's by far my favorite. With
I
like
was
the links coming
literally
out.
thinking the same one as you were mentioning it. In my head, I always think about Lady Liadrin. I really like that diamond card.
Yeah, that's I was I like I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. It's I like that one a lot for sure.
Good. Do you have a favorite skin on a hero?
Favorite hero skin. Let's see. Like my favorite hero skin. I really like I like Frostlich Jaina. I don't know if that counts because it's not a skin, but um I've always been a fan. I really liked Frostlich Jaina. Even though like when I was playing competitive, every deck I like my lineups were built to counter. Like I was hard targeting her deck. Um, but yeah, I always like Frostlit Sheen. I also I like the plain Elise Druid. I like that even though I don't have it. I remember I bought the pre-expansion for it and I really enjoyed it, but then I returned the pre-expansion because I wanted to use the money to like get more RAM for my computer instead. So because I was streaming and I was like, I should upgrade my computer.
Good. Interesting. Good to upgrade your computer when you're streaming. Obviously, not good that you
Yes,
had to
yeah.
return it.
My my computer. It's like I got it when I was streaming, so like I'm probably gonna have to replace it soon. It's on its last leg,
Well,
but yeah, it happens.
of course. Do you have a favorite card back?
Um, so I like the lemonade card back because it's a little bit like if you well back in the day when you were playing competitive, you had to look like you would spend most of the time looking at your opponent's hand, and the lemonade card back was really bright. So, because like your opponent has to look at the card back more than you do. So it was like a competitive advantage to make them look at this like really bright card back the entire time. And it looks pretty cool. And it's also just like, it was really mean to play. So I always liked that.
It's funny
I did
because
always think it looked nice, but
no, but I think it's a really cool card back, and I've used. I never knew that people thought it was too bright.
it's pretty like if it's all you're staring at, it gets to be pretty bright. Because you aren't allowed to use deck trackers when you were playing in tournaments back in the day. So like you would be looking at their hand the entire time to like see if they've had a card in their hand since the beginning of the game and stuff.
Well,
See
that
what they
makes that
gave
makes total
away when they
sense.
got
No, no, for sure.
you know.
Um, well, that's good. Which hero do you have the most win on?
Um so I mean it's mage, but not it's like I have like 10,000 mage or something, and then like 7,000 rogue or something. So it's not
Wow,
like that big of a
10,000.
difference. But yeah, I've got a lot of wins with mage.
Wow.
So the thing is, like, when you play it mostly arena, if you're good at it, you win like 70% of your games. Whereas like in standard, if you're the best, you're winning like 59. And that's if like you're number one. So like in arena, because there's no matchmaking, you kind of stomp on new players a lot. Which I wish there was matchmaking in arena, but like your win rate is significantly higher when you play arena. If you're good. So like I
Interesting.
rack up wins a lot faster than a normal player.
Interesting. Um, okay, so I do have a couple of duels question for you
So I
because, as everyone know, when a duels got out, it was my favorite mode. I was obsessed with duels. I would play, and my mom can attest to that. Literally, like we would go on family vacation, and I would be on the living room playing duels on my iPad constantly. And so when I started streaming, I started
there was
streaming
no one else playing duel.
I started streaming duels, and I remember you were streaming duels, and I rated you, and then you're like, "What are you playing duels?" And you're like, "You're definitely joking with me." I'm the only one playing duels.
Dude, it was so hard to find anyone streaming duels. Like when I would end stream, I would just like I would sort for English and then I would scroll down all the way to 0 viewers and I would go up and I would host the first person I saw playing duels and I would not host people playing duels very often. I would look and scour. And man, there were not a lot of content creators playing duels. I played it for a long time, but I haven't been playing it recently. I just felt like they didn't update it enough for it to be like the main thing I'm playing. Um, but yeah, no, I remember that. I remember being sad because you didn't keep streaming duels. I was like, oh, there's someone else. But then I saw you playing other modes and I got sad.
Well, I when I started,
Which I don't blame you at all. But yeah.
I just didn't know what was the best strategy. And
Yeah.
then I was playing a little bit of everything, and I played standard to legend, and then I would play duels. And then I realized that my viewership when I was climbing to legend was so much higher, so I decided just to play standard for a
Yeah.
while, and then I decided to climb standard, wild, and classic, which I did. But after a while, people did were not that interested into classic, and well, same with wild. So that's why I sticked more to standard.
Yeah. No,
But
I
I
don't
miss
blame you.
duels.
I it was fun. It's just like well like they changed the bucket system, which I don't really like. Like it's based on expansions now, whereas like before it was like, oh, if you build like a control warlock deck, you'll get cards that offer to you that like make sense to go in a control warlock deck. Whereas now it's like, oh, you added cards from Knights of the Frozen Throne, like here are other random minions from Knights of the Frozen Throne. So I'm like basically duels is just like too hard of a mode in my opinion for them to upkeep based with like how many resources they're willing to allocate to it based on how many people play it. So I feel like it's not as good as it used to be, unfortunately. But I loved duels. It was like the turns were I loved doing so much powerful stuff on turns. Like even if it like maybe it shouldn't have been allowed, but like I could with like quest mage, you could take I was taking like 4 turns in a row, which was not I imagine it's not super fun for my opponent. It was an extremely difficult deck to play, but and its win rate was definitely not high. But I definitely made people not have fun because it would be my turn for like 5 minutes. So
That is
because
something.
it was fun. Like it was like if you had board space, you could go on films, but like you needed to be able to trade minions off, like because you were like making 1/1 copies of minions that were making copies of time warps. So it was about like managing hand space and stuff. But you could get a lot of turns in a row.
4 turns. That sounds like a lot.
If, yeah, I mean 4 turns is like the minimum it was that you would do if you pulled a combo off, right? So yeah, it was a lot.
I can imagine. I wouldn't want to be your opponent in that situation. It's so frustrated when you're not able to play.
It is. It is. Like, yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Okay, and what about um, what was your favorite meta in duels? Was there a
Favorite meta.
specific time where like and I know it was like evolving constantly for a while, so
Like, it was mostly, well, so like for the first like 2 expansions, I would say that came out after Duels came out were the most fun because I was able to have a lot of success playing a lot of different decks. Um, Because yeah, like I mean, for like a year, I was posting a duels run like daily, and I would rarely post a run that wasn't like 12 wins. So like I don't know, I was able to have a lot of success for a while, but now it's like it's so hard. You have to like high roll really hard if you want to get 12 wins now, and you need like um it's really hard if you don't do like one of like 3 very specific strategies and hit your passives. So I don't know. But yeah, like my favorite run. I remember I had this Diablo run where like I don't even remember what the passive did, but basically it made it so that like death rattle cards were 1 mana 1/1s. And my deck was built that it was like all gigantic minions with death rattles. And his hero power was like 6 mana, recruit a minion from your deck. And for some reason, like the minions you recruited from your deck were full size. So like not only were my minions like super cheap in my hand, but like my hero power was getting minions that were full size for my deck. So yeah, like the minions were just huge and like nothing could stop. Um, that that was a lot of fun. And I remember being so sad because the achievement didn't work for 12 wins on Diablo at the time. And then they removed Diablo and never made it so the achievement was possible.
oh no.
Um, yeah, so poor people who achievement hunt.
Do you
Oh yeah.
do that?
Not, I mean, no. I wouldn't make it my focus because like being the only person streaming duels, I got sniped a decent amount. So, in order to not get Omega tilted on that, I wouldn't like try to put a lot of pressure on myself to get like a 12-0 with each class. I would just try and focus on doing my best. Um, because like there's just too much that you can't control to like really focus on that, I feel.
For sure. Um, and what about mercenary?
Oh, yeah. Um, I mean, Mercenaries was really cool. Like the most fun I had streaming was probably that first week of Mercenaries. Like honestly, when I played Mercenaries the first day, I hated it, but then the PvP I got into, and that was fun. And then this like so like well, like you probably have an idea like how like content creators get codes to give away and stuff. So like I don't know if you ever got code if you remember like the previous community manager. Like it was a lot less transparent and harder. So like when an expansion came out, I would like email the community manager and be like, "Hey, can I get codes?" And then like 95% of the time he would email me back and be like, "No, I'm out of codes or whatever." But like I would always ask. So like for mercenaries, I was like they were giving people like 20 codes to give away. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rank one and I'm gonna get rank one on mercenaries. And then I'm gonna make a post on Twitter, get a lot of interaction with it, and then I'm gonna ask for the codes. So I was specifically doing that. And then on the stream that I was doing it to get rank one, I get rated by Asmodai, which it was my first time getting rated by Asmodai. So that was huge. And then to get rank one, I was playing against Crip. So um, that was pretty awesome as well. So that was probably, yeah, I don't know. There were just so many people. And then I was like playing against Crip to get rank one for mercenaries. And then I ended up getting the codes because he actually responded to me. So that was nice. But yeah, like it was because like he like normally he would not respond to me. Or like he would respond, but it would just be like a no. So like I had this intention that I was going to try and get rank one and then I would get the codes and then you get a bunch of followers. So like I mean I really like and like I my viewership was really high playing mercenaries for a while. It was just it had some fundamental flaws that like if what they released today was what they if mercenaries today was what they released, I think it could have been successful because mercenaries now isn't that bad, but it just like it was just an unfinished product, so it wasn't super sustainable. But yeah, that was really exciting. I heard.
And how long did you play?
um so it came out in October. I It was December, January when I stopped. So I didn't stick with it that long. Um, like, so there was like this issue where you could queue into the same person over and over again, which one makes sniping kind of suck. Because like the majority of like the people that were playing mercenaries that were high on the legend or high on the leaderboard were in my chat most of the time. And it's not like they didn't necessarily want to snipe me, but like the queue times were like 5 minutes. So like it was yeah, it was a really hard game to stream. And the fact that you could re-queue into people, so it's like let's say you have a bad matchup, it's like and you don't have like the mercenaries leveled up to like beat that deck, it was really tough. I even remember I didn't know he was a developer at the time, but there was this one guy, I can't remember his name, but I played it was like Iron Root or something, but I kept playing against him. And he was like I remember he beat me a bunch the first day, but then the next day I leveled up mercenaries and I was prepared. And I mentally broke him. Like he it was at the point where he would queue into me. So like for a while it was like after the first turn, he would just quit. And then sometimes when I queued into him, he would just quit immediately and just leave the game. And it was just like we were queuing into each other over and over again. And that's still a bug that they never fixed in Mercenaries. I'm sorry, but it's kind of frustrating. Like they said that it was a bug that you shouldn't be able to re-queue into someone, and they literally never fixed it. Um, like so like I remember I specifically said that once they fix that bug, I would return to mercenaries, and I never had to return to mercenaries because they never fixed the bug. But yeah, um,
Yeah, no,
it just yeah.
yeah, no, I had the same as you, like high hopes for Mercenaries, and I played a lot at the beginning. I did get codes also, um, and yeah, it was fun, and I thought it would be interesting for the viewer to see something different, but I realized that the grinding of character wasn't really interesting for the viewer. It was more
Yeah.
the PvP.
So yeah, it was like I was playing PvP, and then I would end the stream, and then I would have like 4 hours of homework to do of grinding. So, and then after a while, that got to be too much.
I can understand. So, what have you been enjoying lately then?
You mean like stream wise,
Stream,
Hearthstone wise?
Hearthstone wise, stream wise.
Um, I've been mostly playing Arena. And yeah, I mean like Arena is what I've mostly enjoyed. I have like 30,000 Arena wins or something. Um, I don't actually know how many for sure, maybe 35,000. But yeah, I just enjoy Arena. I actually like I don't know, like Dreads and Red, where they keep complaining about the meta, but like man, I'm really enjoying the current pool of cards that are in right now. So I don't know. Like I actually feel like I haven't felt like this confident playing Arena since I have since basically I was number one on the leaderboard. So I'm really enjoying it. I feel like there's a lot of skill expression. The games are pretty long. You can do a lot of combos with the card. Like there are only four expansions in, I think. So like the chances of having cards that like can interact with each other and do even like more powerful things and be greater than the some of the parts is really cool, I think. Because like one of the coolest things in Arena, I feel like, is being able to like get cards that work together. And usually that's not as common. Like that, so the decks are a little bit more similar to like every hunter deck might have a little bit more in common with every other hunter deck than some people like, but I don't know. It's like I would take this meta, like I would take this pool of cards over the vast majority of the ones that we've had for a long time.
For sure. But I'm glad you're having fun in Arena.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I really I've really been enjoying it, and a lot of people aren't, which is kind of
yeah. Talking about people, we have Clark that just joined us with the raid. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. And saying that you guys met IRL. So tell us about this.
Well, I mean, we've met twice, I think. At least twice. If we've met more, I'm sorry. But so in at DreamHack Montreal, where I met Ali Straza, Clark was like my round two opponent, I think, and he beat me with his Secret Hunter, which I was kind of upset about. I was really sad about that, but um, or it was Spell Hunter. But yeah, he beat me. And we took a picture together because he liked to take pictures with his opponents. But yeah, man. So like it was last year. If I it was so I did learn a lesson when I played against him because like I learned that I was making a mistake with my key order, and then because the first day I remember at that tournament, um, I went 2-2, and then I just learned I needed to queue my token druid first, and then that was how I made it to play on stream. But yeah, he was really nice. Like we didn't really spend that much time talking to each other that day. But in Montreal, we were both there, and we actually spent more time hanging out, and we went to the poutine place together twice. So we got to know each
Nice.
other better there. So. Yeah, we spent a lot more time together, like actually hanging, talking with each other at Montreal. We didn't really talk with each other much in Austin, I don't think. So
Yeah.
I'm not very good with big crowds, so normally I just try to find the person I feel the most comfortable with, and I just like attach to them, or
Clark
like
is.
I'll just like yeah,
Yeah, look, continue, please.
well, just like I'll find someone that like I feel somewhat comfortable with, and I'll go sit next to them or something. So like in Austin, it was like at one of Alex Strauss's roommates I had met during a tournament. So like when she showed up, I just walked up to her group and I introduced myself. Um, and that was like at the very beginning of the tournament. So like for the rest of the tournament, whenever I was alone, I would just find one of them and I would just sit next to them. So it was like her husband, her two roommates, and then also Slissa was with her. So I would just find one of them and I would sit next to them. I don't know. I don't like big groups much, so I just yeah.
Okay, good. Clark is saying that Montreal was the best DreamHack.
Yeah. It was I mean, I enjoyed it. I had significantly less success in the tournament at Montreal, but it was fun. Like I met Language Hacker there, I met Gallon there. Um, so yeah, it was fun.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, now we're getting in the crunchy part of the interview, the hard part.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting in the food part of the interview. So, do you drink coffee?
I don't.
You
So
don't. Do you
I
drink tea?
no, I either I am prescribed ADHD medication. I don't know if I had it, but I've been taking ADHD medication since I was in high school or middle school. So like it's pretty strong and I've always just I don't also take caffeine. So I avoid caffeine pretty hard because it's already like one stimulant too much. So I don't put any other stimulants and I haven't had caffeine for so long that now it gives me a pretty bad headache. I have like no tolerance for it.
Okay.
But but yeah, uh, I'm I'm pretty. I'm just gonna like I have pretty unique and like food takes, but I feel strongly about.
Okay, good.
But we'll see.
Good. Do you drink wine or beer?
Not anymore. Like I really like sugar. So like wine and beer don't taste very good to me. Like if I need to get drunk, um, between those two, I would probably choose beer. Wine gives a much more painful hangover if you're getting drunk off of it. Um, I
So,
find.
so why would you need to get drunk?
Well, why I don't have any other reason to drink alcohol. I don't know. I don't think any of it tastes good. So like the only like alcohol is just a vehicle for me to get drunk. There is or a mechanism for me to get drunk. Like I don't enjoy the taste of any alcohol. Basic. I mean, I guess you can put enough sugar in some drinks where it's like a salsa or something that can taste good. But yeah, I don't know. I actually like don't fully understand drinking alcohol for the taste. It's just like I can't imagine acquiring that taste. Um, and like yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like it's if if I want to get drunk, I'll drink alcohol, but otherwise I don't. And so like when I say that, it's like I usually try to drink hard liquor if I want to get drunk, just because if I don't like the taste of something, I want to drink less.
Okay. Well, this subject has been very interesting for chat. Um, So the question is, no, just quickly, I just wanted to say, like, drinking wine can be such a pleasure, like having some candies, or like it can be really nice if you like it. I can assure you of that. And it's not
It
just a
tastes nothing
bagel.
like candy though. It's like the sugar in candy is way sweeter. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Like
it's,
when I think sweet, I think like Starburst or like Skittles.
and
And it's like
do you like them?
I like Starburst. I like Starburst a lot.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't had it in years, but when I was a kid and in high school, I remember liking it a lot. And like, I guess like maybe once every other year, maybe somehow I'll find my way into my nephew's Halloween candy or something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't eat it frequently,
Okay. So would you say you're more of a sweet than a savory guy?
probably.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
If you have to pick between fruit and vegetables.
Fruit, easily. Like I just yeah, sweet, definitely fruit.
Yeah,
Fruits
that
can
was
be
an easy
sweet.
one. Top three fruits.
Top three fruits. What like to eat raw or like flavoring or what? It's a different question.
Your favorite fruits overall, prepared
Okay.
the same way, the way you want.
Well, I mean, so probably my favorite fruit to just eat would be a green apple, probably, just because they're easy and they're consistent. I really like orange juice, and I don't mind eating oranges, but they're sticky and it's annoying. And to like peel them open and everything. But I like orange juice and I like orange flavored things, um, like orange sherbet and stuff. So
Okay, and third?
let's see. In a third is tough. Like I man, that third favorite fruits. I'm just thinking like I like bananas, I like strawberries, I like mangoes. I'll probably go with bananas.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What about vegetables? Top three vegetables.
Yeah, I really don't like vegetables enough. Like I literally take a multivitamin because I'm pretty sure I don't eat enough or I don't eat enough vegetables. Um man. Like I'll say the top three vegetables, but this doesn't mean I enjoy them. These are just like just the top three things I will eat.
Okay,
So
but you
you're looking
don't
at like
enjoy
I
vegetables.
there's like I mean carrots and celery and broccoli are probably like the three vegetables I
What
eat the
about
most.
potatoes?
Potatoes? Okay, I don't necessarily consider potatoes a vegetable because it's like it's closer to bread than it when it comes to like your digestive system, but you're right. I enjoy potatoes a lot. So you win there. But
Okay,
like for nutritional value, it's like it's so many carbs that my brain didn't actually consider it a vegetable for that question. But yeah, I like French fries a lot and a lot of things you can do with potatoes with cheese and bacon and stuff. So
good.
and gravy. Yeah.
Do you watch your carbs intake?
Um, I'm so act like not really. Um, which for my life hadn't been an issue for a long time because I used to exercise a lot that I could just basically eat whatever. But when COVID started, I stopped going to the gym. So basically, it's been like 2 years of little exercise, and I'm actually just starting running again for like I'm only doing it like twice a week right now, but like yeah, I'm working on it. But yeah, I I need to work on my diet and exercise. because yeah, I basically didn't pay much attention to it, and it was like not. I was always really skinny, and all my numbers were always fine. It wasn't like I wasn't going to like make myself not eat food I liked if everything was going well. So,
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, you're probably still skinny. You're
well, I guess, but like I was running, and it was like the first time in my life that I could feel like my belly like bounce at all, which was a new thing, and I did not like it. So like I wouldn't be considered fat, but it's like I don't know. That's not something I've ever had in my life. It was like, yeah, I don't. It was not a fun experience. Um, so,
okay, so if are you a good cook?
no, I am not. I like when I lived on my own, it was my microwave or not microwave oven, toaster oven was my best friend. Um, yeah, I'm not good at cooking, so I mostly would eat frozen like stuff that you could put in a toaster oven, basically, or stuff that you can eat raw. Um, it's not that I cooking is fine, but I despise cleaning up after cooking. So I tend to avoid cooking if I can. But I don't know what it is. It's just I hate leaving it there and I want to clean it up before I enjoy the food, but then the food is cold. So I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't like cooking that much at all.
that's a real struggle. My mom agrees. um, what what about if you were going to do like a romantic dinner for a significant other? What would you cook?
Yeah, I don't even know. It's just been a while. I don't know if I would cook.
But if you have to,
What if I have to? But why do I have to?
because
Why
you're
can't I order in?
okay. That's
Or
no. You have to do so. You have to cook. It's the it's the rule.
Matt, well, they're not going to enjoy it very much. But man, like I said, like I mean,
A fruit
I
salad.
mean,
A fruit salad.
I would get something that's I would have to get something that's frozen and like it would be like meat and like vegetables and like maybe noodles like already together that's frozen and then I would put that in a pan and heat it maybe. I don't think I could cook something enjoyable from scratch right now. I
Like
don't
pasta,
like
no?
I mean, yeah, but like you can't just make pasta for someone. That's extremely low effort. Or I mean, it's not so much that it's low effort. It's just a bowl of carbs. Like you have to have protein with it.
Well, you
I feel
can
like it would
put
be
meat.
rude to just give someone. Yeah, but like cooking meat would be an issue for me at the moment. Um,
It would be an
I
issue.
like just putting like I can't remember the last time I just put like a chicken breast like on a skillet or something to like make it. Um, just I it's just been a very long time.
You look terrified right now. You look.
I haven't cooked for a while. Like it's been a long like when I prepare a meal, it goes in the toaster oven, and that's all I've done. It's
Okay,
um
good, good. So, if you
I
could, if you could order food, what would you get?
if I could order food, like just what my favorite food, I love pizza. Like and it doesn't even need to be that good of pizza. I just really enjoy it. Just I just need basic pepperoni pizza, and I love that. Um,
Is
I
it your
also used to
go-to?
really like. Um, well, it depends what I want. In like, am I trying to like be a little bit healthy or not? Because I used to really like Chipotle, but it's just too expensive now. But like back in the day, I would go to Chipotle all the time. Um, like so much so that like they had a summer promotion where like you could earn free Chipotle. but it was also this thing where if you went to Chipotle for 14 times for 3 straight months, you would get like it would be like 3 free burritos each of those months, and then you would earn for a free catering for 20 people. And I went to Chipotle enough for those 3 months to earn the free catering. So that was, and it was so much that like the girls that worked at Chipotle were like, I assume every shift that an employee works at Chipotle, they get like a free burrito. And I was just going there so much that like the girls would just give me their free burrito, which was awesome of them and really nice, but it wouldn't count towards my 14. So then I would have to even go to Chipotle another time. So I went to Chipotle so many times that summer. But I love it. It was so good. I really enjoyed Chipotle.
When was the last time you had Chipotle?
When was the last time? I mean, I had it pretty recently. I had a sponsorship with like with an app where they were paying for my meals as long as I used their app on my stream, which I'm pretty sure they lost a lot of money on. But I was getting Chipotle with that, and it was really good. So
Good.
I missed that app. It was I ate really good for like a month. It was really nice.
Which app was it?
So it was an Overwolf app called Lifer with two eyes. But yeah, I don't know. It was so the idea of it was like an in-game overlay where like I would hit like Control F, like it would show up on the game, and then you would order it there, um and then the food would show up. So
Nice.
yeah, it was nice. It was very
Cool. Um, okay, if you like sweet, so do you have a favorite dessert?
um I mean I like ice cream, but I try to not eat it as much because so like I really would like ice cream and soda, but like I would like I I'm not great with moderation. So I try those were the things like I said how I didn't watch what I eat, but like I would not let myself eat ice cream or soda for a really long time. And like that was how I guess would watch my health. I don't know. But like I'm not great with moderation because like I really like golden Oreos. And it's like if those are in the house, I'll just eat like at least 10 of them at a time, just like dipping them in milk. And they just disappear so quickly. I don't know. It's
Golden Oreo.
yeah, it like you know what an Oreo. It's Oreos but like with the vanilla cookie instead of a
Nice.
chocolate cookie.
I
I really like those.
I don't think I've ever tried them.
Well, I mean, if you like the cream and Oreos and you like vanilla cookie, they're good, but they're also probably really unhealthy. So, but yeah, I enjoy them much more than Oreo.
Good. Okay, last food question. Top three cheeses because you said you like cheese.
Top three cheeses. So like, I'm really not picky when it comes to cheese. I just kind of I'm really lazy when it comes to food. So it's just like I just like will get a brick of cheese from the market and I'll cut slices off and I'll just eat it. I was actually worried about you asking me this question because like I don't actually know cheeses very well and I don't know the differences.
Okay, but like mozzarella.
Yeah, well like I like mozzarella. I don't like eating just mozzarella that much. Like
What about
I'm
cheddar?
not a big um
Cheddar?
like so like the cheeses I've been eating like I like cheddar, but I've just been eating Colby Jack cheese recently
Okay. What about
as my
Monterey
snack.
Jack?
I like pepper jack. I actually don't care for Monterey Jack that much. I don't think. Or maybe I'm Maybe I'm thinking of Munster cheese. I don't know. There are some cheeses I don't care for. I haven't, but yeah, I like mozzarella cheese a lot. I love Parmesan cheese. I I put so sometimes I put so much Parmesan cheese on my spaghetti that like it melts and it. But yeah, I really like mozzarella and Parmesan and
Colby.
Colby, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. Top three. You did it. Good.
yeah.
You survived.
Thank you.
Barely, but you did.
Barely, barely. Like it's not so much that I'm embarrassed. I just don't know, or I don't know. I don't think about it that much.
Especially you knew I was going to ask you that question.
Yeah,
I
but
always
like
ask that
yeah,
question.
fair.
Okay. So we have chat questions now. We have three questions from chat, and then you're off the hook. And then
Okay.
um, what is, in your opinion, the most underrated mode in Hearthstone and why?
Underrated mode. Man, I'm so jaded when it comes to duels and mercenaries. Um, and I'm pretty jaded when it comes to Hearthstone. I've just been playing it too long. Um, Underrated. I actually think standard is underrated because like a lot of people don't like standard, but like it gets updates all the time. Like it gets a lot of attention, and I do think it's pretty fun. I just haven't put in all the effort. Like I honestly think it's standard because like a lot of people are like hype about battlegrounds, and like people who play arena like never play standard. Um, like I get so annoyed when I'm playing arena and someone is like, "Oh, it's a standard deck," and I was like, "Bro, if you haven't played standard in 5 years, this deck would get destroyed in standard because it's like I'll have like two legendaries in the deck or something, and they're like, "Oh, it's a standard deck." It's like, no, no, these. I don't know. It's a lot of people that um, a lot of people that play arena have no idea what standard is like. So I don't know. My answer would be standard,
Okay, good.
which would probably be the least answer. The least answer. If you polled everybody, that would probably be the lowest amount
Maybe, maybe
that someone
not.
said.
Maybe.
Maybe.
um, do you play other games beside Hearthstone?
Yeah, I play quite a few games. Um, like I've been playing I for the last year I've been playing a lot of League of Legends. I play Pokemon Unite, though not as much recently. I'm playing the new Zelda game right now. Um, yeah, so like what I try to be known for a little bit is like being good at like a lot of things rather than it's like most people enjoy me playing Hearthstone Arena, but I like to be good at like a lot of things. Like I'm okay. Like I write the guides for the HS replay for Battlegrounds, although I need to get on that because a bunch of changes came out, and I have a lot of work to do there still. See, so I do that. I play TFT. Um, Anything else? At the moment, or I played Marble Snap, but um, it was too much, and I just really got into this new game called Star Rail, which is it's a turn-based Genshin. It's made by the same people that made Genshin Impact that I've really been enjoying, and that's been eating a lot of my time. It's making me a lot less productive, but but yeah, so a lot of games.
Oh, that's good. Very, very nice. And you did invite me to play League with you,
I
also.
did, and you said no, and I was sad. I think you would be enjoy it more. Like Redbeard is really new, so I don't know. You should watch. We're gonna play tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch. It just I feel that every time I've seen someone starting League, and I'm a very intense person. I feel I would have no life and just do that and just want to
What's
know and
wrong with
learn.
that? What's wrong
Well, it's
with I
like
know you don't have time.
yeah, it's like my busiest one of the busiest month of the year at my work. So
Mhm.
physically I can't just the only
Yeah,
thing I could do is not sleep, and I'm not sure that's the best thing to do.
that's fair.
But I
I was
really
thinking, but
appreciated the invite though.
I just assumed you had played a little bit because your username was Lux, and I
Yes, it did
and
come
I
from there.
assumed that like it was from there, and I assumed that like you chose it because she is like annoyingly positive constantly, and I assumed that you took something from that in what you wanted to like be, how you wanted to act on stream.
So it is from that, but it's not because I played. It's because I was talking to two gamer guys, and they were like, "Oh, you should name yourself Lux," and I was like, "Why?" And then that's how it started. So that's how, but it is from that game, but it's
Yeah.
not because I played. um, but yes, I'm excited to see
Yeah.
how you guys are doing tomorrow. So, in your opinion, how Mercenary could have been more popular or a better game mode in Hearthstone? What
Mm.
could they
I
have
mean,
done?
I already like
I know we discussed a little bit about it during the
yeah.
stream, but
It would be the same answer, just like basically what they needed to do is release how Mercenaries is now when they released Mercenaries, and I think it would have been successful. They released it and it wasn't done. Um,
yeah.
and yeah, like it's like, oh, we can't like they couldn't like warrant the budget, I guess, like paying for people to work on it for 2 years. Like it's kind of like how like some games like they get like they do like a GoFundMe to like fund the game or something. It was almost like they did that with the pre-orders for Mercenaries. And it was like they funded the team with all of the packs that they or the pre-orders that they got. And but then they released an unfinished game and yeah, and like if they would have released what they released now, I think it actually would have been pretty popular. Cuz like with games like that, um you need the PvE to be more engaging and fun than it was at the time. And like people have been out, like people seem to enjoy it. Like I do have people that come by my stream that still play Mercenaries because I was basically the only person that streamed Mercenaries. I'm very good at being the only person to stream a mode that's about to die, apparently, with duels and mercenaries. But like I said, I like to play. I like to play a lot of different things at a really high level. So, but yeah, they just didn't spend enough time making it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for for your answers. This
Wait, I
is
thought there were three questions.
was it that was three?
I thought you said there were three. That only seemed like two.
The first one was, what is in your opinion, the most underrated mode in art?
Underrated.
And
Oh, and
then,
then the
do
next
you
one
play
was what
other?
other games I play.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that
okay,
was the
okay. My
third
bad,
one.
my bad, my bad, my bad.
But I
Okay.
can invent a fourth one if you want.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was just like I that when you asked me about other games, I for some reason I didn't connect that with one of the questions someone's asked.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
fault.
No, that's fine. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight and to let us learn a little bit more about you personally.
Thank you so much for having me. I
It,
appreciate it.
so yeah, thank you for accepting our invitation and coming on the show. Um, and I hope you're gonna have a good morning because it's kind of your morning right now.
Yeah.
So, so yes, have a great morning and have fun streaming.
All right. You too.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.